Today we'll discuss this topic of IoT and edge devices. IoT means Internet of Things itself is a vast topic. Means it has a various branches that includes various technologies and adaptation of this technology. But I'll try to cover this a few interesting things about this IoT. And one advanced topic of this IoT is of edge devices and technologies. So as of now, we know and various and other interesting things are also there. Suppose for electronics engineers, the things are like a microcontrollers and this the VLSI design, VLSI communications, and all these topics are very correlated to these technologies now. And the new technology that is coming up, that is of 5G technology. So that will boost this IoT Internet of Things in a future prospects. So let's begin with this talk. Is IoT technology. IoT is so popular is now in a current for technocrats and for the students, for the academicians, for the researchers, because of these two parameters, these two things. So I have taken this slides from the Transformer Insights, and what the best thing we'll get from this slide is that key IoT connected devices in 2019 is about 7.6 billion devices are there in 2019. But as the demand and as the applications areas and the various sectors are including this IoT technology in that, so it is predicted that in 2030 we'll have around 24.1 billions of devices, because IoT itself touches all these areas of research or areas of technocrats, like in media devices, in smart grids, connected vehicles is one of the leading area. Means most of these big players like Tesla, Google, and Hyundai, Maruti, all these big leaders are working in this technology that is known as the connected vehicles and the self-driving cars. Then lighting, then the tracking systems, then the inventory management. So all this, so because of this, it is predicted that as the growth of this IoT devices, the IoT connected devices, it will reach up to the 25.1 millions in 2030. And if we further divide this 24.1 billion devices, so out of that, this 17.4 billion devices are, most of these devices are from the short range devices. So we have the research area is short range communication, short range reliable communication, short range the secure communication, and the high speed communication technologies and all this. So the new areas, the new area research area is upcoming for this communication peoples, that is known as a short range communication systems. The one thing is that required is a fast and reliable communication, because these are the main limiting factors which limits the use of these IoT devices in a various domains. And apart from this, the second part of this slide is presenting that key in IoT revenues generated in 2019 is around 465 billions of dollars. But as this technology is growing, the impact of this technology can see in all these factors, all these sectors and all this environment. So it is predicted that in 2030 will have around 1.5 trillions of dollars revenue generated from the IoT. And you can see that the most of this, the revenue generated by the China, it's around 26% of contribution of the only China in IoT devices, because of this the leading means they offer and they use the leading technologies. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the China is very leading in this revenue generation from IoT devices. And apart from that, if we means that if we again further divided this total share of the revenue market, then the 34% of market is generated by the hardware. So we can see opportunity in this area where we require various hardwares which support the IoT technologies, means from the sensor node for communication node to application node to cloud nodes, gateways, edge. So all this complete technology is required a new sets of hardwares. So to design a new sets of hardwares and to produce this number of hardwares, it's again a challenging task. And the many companies, many countries are working in this area to provide the best suitable hardware for this. And you can see that we will now have GPUs and TPUs and CPUs. So these kind of hardwares are now continuously growing. They're growing their processing power as well as they try to reduce their power consumptions. So earlier we have the CPUs only, the central processing unit only. But nowadays on the IoT node we have the GPUs only, graphical processing unit also. They are very fast and very efficient to process the image actually, because lots of areas, the IoT areas are there. There we have to process the images and videos. So to process the images and video, we require the high processing power, and the feasibility of that high processing power on a node is very difficult. So the new upcoming technologies, which is mainly driven by the NVIDIA's GPUs are very popular nowadays, and many people are using that graphical processing units in their IoT nodes. Apart from that, the Tesla and the Google itself working on this hardware point of view, they are working on the TPU's technology, the tensor processing unit technology. It's a tensor processing unit, and it support means a number of floating points operation, the 10 to the power 15 floating point operation per second. So that is generally required for various applications of IoT itself. Means it required the video processing, the video communication. This required a high capacity of processing power. Means a machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all these applications required a high processing power. So the node should be a more reliable, and more processing power should be there in the node, as well as the node should consume a minimum amount of power, so that we can we can satisfy, or we can successfully complete the IoT nodes technologies. And apart from that, the 66% of the market is shared by the services. The various services are there. Means nowadays almost all these devices, all these applications are the IoT based applications. So the service area is 66%, where the marketing peoples and the computer science, data science peoples are required in this area, and the hardware, the electronics peoples are required in this 34% of hardware area for the IoT devices.